Hey, Funko lovers, welcome to another episode of the Funko Friends podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Funko, with my co-host, Steve Kine.
What's up, guys?
And today we have the amazing...
the LUAU. With the LUAU.
Thank you. I don't know about amazing, but I'll take it.
I think so.
So how did you come up with your YouTube name?
So the YouTube name, the LUAU, actually comes from a guy at work named me the LUAU. And wow, probably since like 2006, 7, he's called me that. So that's where I got it from. I just used what he called me at work, and away we went. All the Hawaiian shirts. I would wear a lot of Hawaiian shirts, so he just came out with LUAU.
So he's like, "What's up, LUAU?" every time at work.
That's what he calls me from then, and he calls me that to this day.
Okay.
My desk at work has a name tag that's LUAU. So.
Is there actually LUAU on your shirt there, or not a LUAU?
Yes. I always wear it.
There we go.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Just want to say hi to a few people in the chat right now. Two boys and their pops, Eric,
Hey
Mama
there,
J,
Eric, Mama J,
Arcade Pop.
Arcade. What is good?
What is
good? Jigs.
What made you want to create a channel?
Honestly, it was watching Clint and Franchise Kicks do sneakers, and early videos I did some sneakers, and then he was going to Funko, and I knew what Funko was. I had a few of them, and that's sort of what spawned it, and here we are today.
Wow.
So I'd say it's Clint. Clint was sort of the inspiration, but there's others. I mean, there was Pop Couple. I watched them, and Sheep and Nerdy, and Sean Ryan. Of course, every now and then you watch a Top Pops video, and people like that sort of got harnessed the enjoyment of watching that, and mystery boxes.
Fair enough.
You kind of answered a little bit of our next question. What YouTube channels do you like and look up to?
Definitely Clint. Clint's one. For me, it changes a lot because the landscape changes. The people that I came in with aren't really doing it anymore. So it's a little heartbreaking for that. But I try to watch as many people as I can. You have Two Boys and Their Pops and their show they do, and I'm looking at Bearded Barbarian, and and there's a lot. I'm diverse. I like to watch a lot of other people as well.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty cool. We're just gonna say, speaking of that, say hi to Tats in the chat. Bearded Barbarian. Welcome, guys. Baby Ice, hey there.
Hey.
Baby Ice.
And I think that's it so far. I'm just looking at. Okay, we'll get into. There's a question that Eric has. Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can answer it.
Okay. If the LUAU was to have his very own wrestling podcast and can have any wrestler on his first guest, who would he choose?
It would probably be Kenny Omega. Would be my favorite.
Oh wow, nice.
I have to get.
Yeah. So how long have you been making YouTube videos?
So this December will be 4 years.
Okay.
4 years. That's a long time.
It is a long time. I'm old. Yeah, it's yeah. 4 years this December.
4 years this December. You're not old. It's just your channel's been around for a little while. That's cool.
Yeah.
A little while. Yeah.
That's very cool. And I guess you've changed over the 4 years too, right? We all seem to get better with time.
You evolve. You evolve the backgrounds. You evolve the lighting. You step up maybe the computer or your camera and stuff like that. So yeah, it's progressed to where I'm comfortable with it now.
Right.
That's great.
What makes your channel unique and special in your eyes? What do you bring to the table?
Whew. I don't know. I do it. I like to do what I do because I enjoy it. So I mean, there's videos that I think people view, and they love views and all that good stuff, and that's great. I'm not all about that. I like to do videos because I like them. Right. And some of the ones I enjoy the most don't do that well. people don't like, the wrestling, or if I do something like that, they don't, or shoes. People don't, it is what it is. But it's just, I bring you me. I don't really, I show you the things I like, what I'm into. If you like them, great. Or I'll do reviews. We'll do reviews of like pop protectors, and this is my opinion. Maybe it helps you make a decision. So
right.
It's just, it's I have fun with it.
Right. No, I get that.
Good.
Yeah.
We open I don't open a lot of the big mystery boxes anymore because they haven't really come back to full steam yet. But I like to open big mystery boxes.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Okay, is there something?
Yeah, you want to say hi to two people?
Okay, we got Mr. Awesome in the chat. That is funny. He says, hey D, I missed you. Oh, I'm sorry, did I take your spot? Because usually it's you he misses.
He misses you because you weren't on yesterday's show.
I was dying. He told me all about it. It was a great show that I missed. But missed you guys yesterday, all of you.
Hey, Simon Crook. Welcome.
Yeah, hey there, Simon Kirk. Always good to see you in the chat. And just want to say, 3 years this October and 1K plus videos. Yeah, yay me. So congratulations to Arcade.
Congrats.
I think that's what he's saying there.
Quite the accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very
So what was your first Funko in your collection ever that you first collected?
The first Funko ever was from a video game. It was Hulk Hogan, NWO Hulk Hogan, and it came out of the WWE 2K video game. That was the first one ever.
That's sick. What was a special Funko Pop that was ever?
Oh, that's a new question that I put in there. What was a special Funko Pop that was ever gifted to you by a friend or family member?
So gifted to me would have been Mr. Krabs. So a bunch of people, I think at the time they called themselves the Collective, did a couple different gift type things, and they gifted me Mr. Krabs, which still sits here today. So that's the biggest gifted pop I've ever got.
Wow.
Okay.
Mr. Awesome says something.
No, I think it was Eric actually.
No, Mr. Awesome says something at the bottom too.
Oh, at the bottom?
That's awesome.
Oh, that's an awesome pop. It came with an autograph from Hogan too.
It did, yeah. I think it was a card or a piece of ring mat with an autograph, but yeah, it did. There was a card, I think, autographed by Hogan.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay. And then Eric has a question.
Yep.
What from your childhood has been a fun experience to relive with your children? It's a good question.
Wow. So you always have movies. I love movies. I grew up on movies, and it's fun sometimes to watch it with them. They have yet to love a movie that I loved when I was in childhood.
Oh,
so
no.
It's kind of a bummer there. We did Disney a year ago, so it was neat to see Disney through their eyes and me see it for the first time in about 20 years. And my eyes were open like, wow, this is what I remember. My memories don't add up to my adult, how I'm viewing it. But
I get
it
it.
was neat to see them and enjoy it. It wasn't quite the magic with COVID. COVID was still, but
right.
To see them see the characters and ride the rides that I did when I was young, it was neat. It was a good memory.
Oh, okay. That's very good.
Hi, Marvel Cuphead. Welcome.
Marvel Cuphead, what's up?
So how did you get into collecting Funko Pops? Did somebody tell you? Did you see them at the store?
I saw them. I saw some at the store, and they appealed to me with pop culture. So you had like the movie stuff, and you had the Ace Ventura and Back to the Future and Goonies, stuff that was really pop culture to me. And the Hogan started it, and then it just sort of, you would get a few here and put them up. Hey, I'll put it on my desk at work, or I'll put it here, and then it started to ramp up with mystery boxes, and then just going to collect. I'm gonna go. Because I was like everyone. I loved, let's go. I'm going to collect Flocked and Diamond.
Right.
And then you sort of refine to go, I'm going to go after this set. And I'm going to go to this set and move on to this one. So it's evolved well.
So a Funko you would like to see made in the future that they haven't made just yet?
I always say it. There's a custom one that sits in this case here, and I know they can never do it. But I would love Spaceballs, a flocked barf from Spaceballs would
That's
be
awesome.
Now Darth helmet would be good, Lone Star and Dot, all awesome, but a flocked barf would be the ultimate.
That's awesome. How many Funkos do you have in your collection so far?
So everything behind me that is in the personal collection, I am right at 1,000, 1,001, 1,002.
That's a decent collection.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
that's a lot of room to.
I have a climate-controlled storage unit.
Oh, okay.
They all don't sit here.
Okay.
One of the things is everything collectible can stay in the basement, but they don't go upstairs.
Okay.
that's fine.
I was gonna say, we have like a glass thing, kind of like what you got going on in the background, but you have really cool lighting above it.
So I learned this setup from Jeddah Patrol. So it's a DTOF, and then you don't want to use the lighting that I think it's IKEA that they sell. You want to go to Home Depot and get these special light strips. So that's what I used.
Oh, okay, because we don't have any kind of lighting in
No,
ours.
we were gifted that too.
yeah, we were. But it looks very nice. I like the setup.
Thank you. Yeah, in the cases, I have one. I just pre-ordered one a while ago, which it's ungodly expensive, but I'm looking forward to that one.
Right.
Alrighty. That's funny.
You want to say hi to my friend?
Robert Hunter Collison.
Welcome.
Hopefully I said that. Welcome to the chat, my friend.
Is collecting a hobby or a addiction at this point?
I'd say it can be an addiction. I'm very particular. I'm very picky. But for me, I can sell just as much as I can collect. So not everything is where I wouldn't. Almost everything for me would have a price. So.
Right. Okay.
But that's a good gift to have. The fact that you're able to, trade and sell. It's part of the game, kind of. As a collector, I've learned that over time. You can always, if you need to, or you want room for something else that you want, you can always say, I kind of outgrown this pop or whatever, right? So that's great.
What it is. Sometimes my mentality will work well. I can, if I get at it, I don't need and I did it, I think 2 years ago with Captain America. I would collect Captain America pops, and then I'm like, I got the glow one in a mystery box, and I'm like, I have it, I hold it, I like it. Mm-hmm. I can move these Captain Americas on, and I'll move those into another, I would get, then I think I sold those and bought a couple Hot Toys.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you collect sodas?
I have, there's sodas that sit here. I'm very selective with sodas. Very, very selective. My issues with sodas are, I like it. I like the chase of it. And there's certain ones I absolutely love. Some I like the chase. Others I like just the common. I don't like the chase. Mm-hmm. But for me, if you get a lot of them, what I've learned with sodas is they're very hard to get rid of. You lose a lot of money with them. So
I heard that, yeah.
You buy them for $15, but if you get a common or whatever, maybe $5 to $8 is the sweet spot to sell them. So it's a tough one for me. I normally I'll go out and I'll buy the chase, or I'll buy like 3 or 4 of them and play a little chase roulette with them if I love it. But I'm hit or miss with sodas. I'm very particular.
So is that something that you give advice to people that buy Funkos or sodas or whatever? Do your research, like find out. I didn't know that about sodas. Like if
you love to play the chase roulette and you searching for the chase and you open and open and open. Some people, they don't care, and they take that as the gamble. Sometimes for me, I always think of the financial aspects of it a little, probably maybe too much, but it's like I invest 15, but it's not like a Funko Pop where, it holds value. Sodas they're tough.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep that in mind for future.
Yeah. And then we have a question.
They're a lot of fun. They're just, in that respect, they're a tough one.
Right.
Okay.
We have a question from Eric.
Have you been to any events such as sports, Comic-Cons, Funko Cons, etc.? And if so, which have been the most impressive to you?
So I thought about, unfortunately with my work schedule, I couldn't pull New York City off this year. I've not been to a con. It interests me to go, but I have not been to one.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like events like Comic-Cons and things like that, there's been a few local stuff. Philadelphia I've been to. So I think it was Wizarding World, which put on a show before COVID down in Philadelphia, which I like that. That was good. But NYCC, SDCC, they're high on my list.
I would think New York would be bigger, if not better, than the Toronto one that we went to. It was big. I just quickly explained. That's what we just went to. That was my first con, and it was massive. People dressed up. It was, it was a very fun experience. But in New York, that I can imagine it being quite a big event and
a lot of people, a lot of craziness. I'm sure.
Yeah. What's your favorite line of Funko Pop?
So it used to be at Icons. I loved at Icons. I still do, but the McNuggets really did me in a year and a half, 2 years ago.
They were bad.
There were too many of them, and it drove me nuts. So I do still love the at Icons. I just got particular of certain ones.
Right.
If it's one whole one, it's probably right there between Goonies and Back to the Future. I get back.
I'm down with that. With the McNuggets, I saw they started coming out with so many, and I'm an icon collector myself, but I kind of was aware that there's probably going to be tons and tons and tons of the McNuggets, so I just kind of forewent that or forego it.
If it's like the icon, like a cereal guy, if it's the cereals are big for me, or an icon of a product I used a lot as a kid, I still go for them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my strategic plan too, so I don't overbuy.
Yeah.
We have another comment from Eric.
Okie doke. What became the inspiration behind his Sunday show? Your Sunday show.
Well, it started, again, I think it was January, February. It'll be 4 years for that. And it started out just a way to give back. So it literally was a pop on YouTube, and here's like 20 minutes just to give something away on a weekly basis. And I think the first one was it was a pop and a mini, and then it went to 2 pops. And then we started to go to a little bit more chit chat. And then it went to bringing guests on. I thought, well, we could do it like an interview type thing. And there's people I would love to talk to. And, I'd reach out, they would come on, we'd interview people, and it would be collectors, it would be companies, people I look up to in the YouTube community. We bring some of them on, mystery box people. And that sort of has been the inspiration behind it. I always tell people, though, that I'm closer to the finish line than I am at the starting line of that show.
Right.
Is there every Sunday 4 years? It's a little much.
Right. Is there one guest that you really want on that you haven't had on yet?
I mean, there's always the guests that are kind of like the ungettable ones that, it's hard to get, or some I've reached out to, I've never heard back. Not really, I've had the YouTubers that, I've loved talking to and chatting with, and I got to meet Zobi Collectibles and Dark Parlor Originals for autographs. I never got the Bam Box on, but some people like that, maybe I'm a little too critical, and if you go live, some people are really scared of a live show.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I love videos, I feel comfortable, but I don't feel comfortable live because I can't control it. It's not scripted. It's not. They don't know what I'm going to ask them. And
we've experienced that
as
and
well.
And we've even had people ask, can you drop the questions beforehand? And like some of it we can't drop because it's supposed to be like
surprise.
Yeah.
And I like it that it's more natural. I tell people, I'll bring you on for an hour. We're going to chit chat. I said, I don't know where it's going to go. It might go here, it might go there,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I keep it loosey goosey.
Yeah, try and go with the flow, and it should be fun. No problems. It's not like you're asking.
I haven't got on that I would have. There's always some that you never hear back from, but I think it's more that you can't control it, and you don't know where it would go, and it makes someone uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, hi, King Bob. Welcome.
Hey there, King Bob.
So what was your first Funko chase in your collection?
Ooh.
If you can remember that.
Wow, that's going back. Wow, you might have stumped me on that one. I don't know. I don't know what my first chase would have been.
All right, the next question will be, how many chases do you have in your collection? Do you know that?
I think last time I checked with just chases, I'm at about 85.
Oh, wow, that's decent. Favorite store to shop for Funkos?
So for me, it's mostly online, and I'll go to somebody that I've just been with for forever. I mean, I love Smile World and places like that, but I've been with Spastic, and Spastic has been with me for almost since his inception of going on 4 years. So I got to always say Curtis over at Spastic, which is now Ralphie's Funhouse.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Favorite 10-inch Funko Pop in your collection, if you have any?
So my favorite probably is Count Chocula, but if we ever get the Boo Berry, that would be easily number one. What it is, it's like Funko and Boo Berry. They wait forever. They never produce the Boo Berry. I don't know what it is about the Boo Berry.
Yep. Favorite Grail in your collection?
It's probably a tie between. It might actually be 3 are my favorite. 2 are more sentimental to me. So the 2 sentimentals, the Flock Tony the Tiger, because I grew up with Tony the Tiger cereal and eating it with my grandmother. And then the Superman Sloth, because I still to this day remember my mother taking me to the movie theater in like 85 to see Goonies.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
It was still a very vivid memory to me. And then I love Count Chocula, and he sits right there. The metallic Count Chocula is up there too.
Right.
I got you.
I just want to say hi to Mad Hatter Pops. Welcome, my friend.
Hey there, Mad Hatter. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. This might be a silly question. Do you like mystery boxes?
Yeah, because you kind of touched on it.
I do like them. I think, unfortunately, I've gotten to a point where I'm very picky on them. So before I would get anything and everything because, it would be content for the channel. I loved opening them. And now I'm almost like a mystery box snob where I'm very particular. I got to see what's available in it. What's the guarantee value? How many pops? And one thing goes wrong or turns me off, I don't buy it anymore. So I love them, but I'm very particular with them.
So you definitely wouldn't be a mystery box soda collector. Like I've never seen
done them. I have done them for certain reasons. I've done them. I've done them with like battles on channels. I've done that. I'm not opposed to it.
Okay.
I'm always very cautious with sodas, but I've dabbled in some of them.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just want to say hi to Pop the Heat. Welcome.
Pop the Heat.
Quick Draw.
And Quick Draw, McGraw. Yeah. Good to see you.
So we're gonna kind of getting out of Funko questions and jumping into shoes. Do you have something to say, sweetie?
No, I just Eric had something to say.
Oh, okay. Eric, go ahead.
No, he can't. I'll have to talk for him. Which 2 shows, movies from your childhood would you love to see in a shared universe style? Universal style.
Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. In a shared universe style. I mean, we'd have to stick with Goonies and Back to the Future. I mean, those are 2 of my big ones, and very fun memories growing up with those.
Oh, that's good.
We noticed on your Instagram that you have a lot of shoes. Do you collect them, and which one is your favorite?
I do collect some, and some that are like collector's pieces that I'll never wear. There are a few that are like that. My favorite one is it'll always be a shoe, because it's fond memories for me. Would be the Air Jordan 11 black and red.
Okay, that's sick.
It's one of my favorites.
I'd have to go back and look because I went through it, but it's hard to tell what you're talking about because I'm not a shoe collector. Believe it or not, I heard lots of women are shoe collectors, but I am not. So
I beat everyone in my family with shoes.
Oh, you do? Okay. Including the women?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's not even close. To the point where people at work ask me, because when I go to work, I don't normally wear the same shoe back-to-back days. I change my shoe every day.
Oh, that's
wow.
cool. So
people always ask about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your favorite brand of shoe and why?
So it was always Nike growing up, just because Michael Jordan, and it was always the swoosh. It was always Nike. And as I've gotten older, I branched out to what is more comfortable. And I always thought Air Max was the best, but Adidas, Yeezy, anything with Boost tends to be, a real favorite of mine these days.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you just said that, but what is your most comfortable and stylish shoe you own?
Probably the most comfortable is I'll go with Adidas Yeezys, the Kanye West.
Okay.
Oh, that's sick.
Very expensive too, right? I know his brand is expensive. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I think retail they're like $220.
That's expensive, but okay. And I guess that's the most comfortable, but is it the most stylish as well, or?
I'd say yeah, it's some of the most stylish. Yeah. I mean, I have some that light up that people really,
Oh, cool.
I have some that are custom, where there's people that actually make. They're all custom done, so some of those can get really stylish.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say hi to Ray, the boss, and family.
Oh, hey, Ray. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just kind of curious then, have you bought an expensive shoe and it broke down over time really quickly, or if you know how to?
Some do. I have not, only because like if it's a shoe I'm not going to wear, and it's like a collector's piece for me, I vacuum pack it. It then goes into like an electrical silver bag.
Oh,
so
wow.
No light touches it, no air touches it. So it helps preserve them.
Oh, so you're
wow,
serious?
You're extreme into this. Holy crap.
Hey, that's
really cool.
Some of them are art pieces, so some of them for me, it's just I love watching and holding. I haven't put them in cases yet where they're on display or anything, but
Okay.
Some of them are just
So how do you pick which ones you get to wear and which ones you're like, these are going in vacuum bags?
It sometimes depends on how much they are, and if I have to buy them at retail or I have to buy them on a secondary market. And sometimes the secondary market for me, I won't wear them. It's like a piece of art for me. Right. And others, I buy them because I like them, but I buy them for comfort and to wear. And they come out of the box. They go into these drop front containers, and I go to them every day, and we just, all right, I'm gonna pick this one I'll wear today, or this one to wear tomorrow. I mean, I'm weird. I mean, I have like in the winter, I have slippers that I'll wear in the house. They don't leave the house. I have another set of slippers if I go out of the house, and the same thing with like sandals. I have a pair of sandals in the summer I keep in the house, and then out of the house I have that one.
Very, very organized according to weather.
Do you have a cleaning schedule too about how you clean your shoes a certain way? And
normally, if I'll wear it a couple times before because I'm very cautious with them.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a drawer of all the cleaning supplies. So if I get a mark or something like that, we clean it. Even so much so that if I'm wearing a certain shoe and it rains, I have like these plastic boots that go over the sneaker that I put on.
Oh my goodness. You thought of everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. Just gonna say a few things here.
Pop to Heat, I think, to start.
Yeah, let me just say, Bearded Barbarian says, I'm a sock collector, but they're all solid black. Okay.
I'm with him on socks too. I'm very particular with. There's only one brand of socks I wear.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
You're very particular about your feet, so.
I am. Yeah, you gotta take care of the feet. You gotta take care of the feet.
For sure you do. You walk on them all day long. They take a lot of abuse.
Absolutely. Like a car.
Okay, so Pop the Heat. What do you think about the shoes that are painted with anime designs?
How would Pop the Heat ask this one? How would I know? I think they're cool. I don't have any just because I'm not. I've never been into anime, so it's not. I don't. It must have passed my generation.
Right.
My son loves it, and I try to get into it and watch it with him. And some of the stuff I find cool, but I think they're incredible shoes. I've never bought any yet, but I see them. I like them.
Right.
Definitely got that.
I don't think anything is more stylish than anime. I mean, the design, the look, the colors. Anime is really good at that.
Yeah. I just want to. There's Bearded Barbarian has another question. Has a question.
Okay.
Have you ever tried those wheelie sneakers? They look dangerous. I remember seeing those. Those are not.
I've never tried them. My son had a pair, and he had a blast going through the grocery store with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, me and wheels, roller skates, ice skates, it's a no-go. It's not pretty.
Okay.
Hi, just want to say hi to Dangerous Jobblers. Welcome.
Dangerous.
And welcome Sharon Pops and Plants.
Hey there, Sharon.
Hello.
Hey guys. Okay. Eric had a question.
Yep.
If the LUAU was to have the chance to be there in person and relive any event like sports or music, which would he enjoy going to?
A lot of great iconic events, but I would have to go with, if I could be there live and maybe sit wherever I wanted to sit, it would probably be Michael Jordan's final shot in Utah.
Oh, that's sick.
Okay.
I would love to see that. Have been there. I mean, TV live, but I would have loved to be there to see it live.
That would be sick. Yeah.
And we got John Kavanagh in the chat.
Welcome, Father.
Pop the Heat. Did you say later, guys? Great stream. So I don't know. Does that mean you're leaving there, Pop the Heat?
Yeah.
So if you are, thank you for at least coming in and talking with us today. Appreciate that. And then Bearded Barbarian said, I dropped a bottle of ketchup on a shoe once, and it looked like a horror-style shoe. Still more stylish than any anime shoe.
Only the Barbarian.
Bearded Barbarian, we're not friends anymore. Bye.
Not everybody likes anime, babe.
So just want to say hi to Umpty Scratch.
Umpty.
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome. Okay, so let's get on to the last shoe question.
Yep, very last shoe one.
What is a shoe you don't own, possibly because of price or hard to stay in stock, you'd like part of your collection?
It would probably be the Nike Yeezy Red Octobers would be one I would have loved to have, but because it's before Kanye West went from Nike to Adidas. I think it was his last Nike shoe he ever did. Mm-hmm. All red, beautiful shoe, but I think it sells for $17,000-$18,000.
What?
Dang.
Whoa.
New, used ones I think you could get maybe for 13 or 14K. So it's something that'll never come. That would be the one.
And I know that Yeezy's kind of having problems with, was it Nike or something? I saw on the news, just browsing through my feed, and
I think it's with his current company Adidas, because they make another version that's not his.
That looks like exactly
it's my style,
Yeah.
He's got a few French fries short of a Happy Meal, but
sometimes, right? It's just a little bit, but he's creative with his music.
Very creative.
Yes.
Okay, is there
Bob?
King Bob? Okay, who would be the last person standing between you, Sean, Ryan, Brian, and James?
Oh wow, who would be the
Okay,
last person? So all three of us have never met. Never been in the same place at the same time. I've been in person with Sean.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'll keep it with a YouTuber, and I would just probably go with Clint. I've met Clint. I've hung out with Clint, but I would say Clint. That would be sort of the group. I would say Clint.
All right, awesome.
Very creative question, King Bob.
Yeah. So now we're getting out of shoes and we're gonna jump into trivia.
No, wrestling.
Oh, wrestling. Sorry, wrestling.
wanna do
All right. Yeah. Yep.
Because we know you like wrestling, so got a few questions on that.
Favorite wrestler of all time?
Favorite wrestler of all time would probably have to be, just because I grew up with him, I would probably have to say Randy the Macho Man Savage.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going Randy Orton there.
Yeah, I thought so. Orton?
Good one. He's a good. Sting's a good one. I grew up with Sting, so I have a lot of fond memories of Sting too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Sting is awesome.
Yeah, Sting's good.
Favorite tag team of all time?
Demolition.
Really? That's really cool. I like.
Cool.
You're happy about that one, right?
What's that one saying?
Favorite decade.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Favorite decade of wrestling?
Oh, it has to be the 90s. The Monday Night Wars were just epic stuff from the late 90s. Were just, I don't think we'll ever see a time like that again.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We have a quick question from Simon.
No, I see it. I'm just gonna let you go through wrestling, but okay. So we're going back to shoes a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the most amount of money spent on a pair of shoes, and how often do you wear them? I think
the most I've ever spent on a pair of shoes was probably $900, and no, I don't wear them.
Okay, yeah, they're in the bag thing, right? Gotcha. Okay.
All right. What one wrestler do not prefer? What wrestler do you don't like? Like, period.
The most. Oh, wow.
Guess we just
come over the years, and then their character changes, and I like, all right, I can deal with them. Wow, I don't know if they're. The one guy that has the Money in the Bank briefcase lately, I'm not a fan of him.
Oh yes, I hate him too. What's his name? That young one, that annoying one.
Oh,
that runs in.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I'm still
I
getting.
remember his name. I'm sure the chat. Someone will pop him up in chat, but I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah.
But that's probably the thing they're going for, is they don't want people to be a fan of him.
That's the thing.
Yeah, Dangerous Jobbers. I was just gonna say he did read.
Yeah.
He read your minds, or you guys read each other's minds.
Yes, thank you. Theory.
Oh,
Yep. Theory.
Yeah, Austin Theory. Yeah, I hate him. How did you find out you enjoy wrestling?
Wow, it was probably a buddy of mine invited me down to watch WrestleMania, and it was WrestleMania 3, and from then on, I was hooked. I loved it. From the King Kong Bundy wrestling with the midgets to
oh boy, that's back.
Macho Man to the Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, the spectacle that it was, and then we see it live. We went to wow, this will go back, but I'm sure people remember it. It's when the Mega Powers first came together. They came together here in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and back then they would film it, but you wouldn't see it on TV for like 2 or 3 months. So we actually got to see Hulk Hogan come out and save him after he got hit upside the head with a guitar. So it was just, from then on out, it's just I watched WCW and the Monday Night Wars, and to this day I still watch. I won't sit and watch 3 hours of like Monday Night Raw. Sometimes I'll fast watch it, But I always like watching that and AEW.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So favorite wrestler in AEW then?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Currently, right now,
it's Kenny. I don't know if there's a wrestler better than Kenny Omega. I love Kenny. I hope one day I get a chance to. He does a signing where I could meet him. But Omega is probably the best for me in AEW.
Yeah, I was a little upset. AEW came their first time to Canada, and the tickets were, oh god, the cheapest tickets you can get was $250.
That's fierce.
Yeah, that is bad.
You gotta save for the yeah.
But I probably wouldn't have swapped. But then there's people like my wife always wants to see Adele and a couple other ones, and it's like you look at the money and it's like I wouldn't be happy sitting there for that kind of money.
Right. Yeah.
Gotta make sense for you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's expensive for a wrestling event.
But we're lucky because there's a Hamilton Con in a couple weeks, and they're going to have 3 AEW wrestlers there.
That's good.
Cesaro? I think it's a different name now.
Yeah.
Miro and what's her name? Amber Moon, but it's not Amber Moon anymore. Who is it?
I liked her name, Amber Moon. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I forget what it is now, but yeah. Oh, that's a good lineup. Miro I've heard he's fabulous at autograph signing sessions.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
So just want to say hi to Parang. Nice to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hope your day starts off well.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. So we're going to get into these teas, or we're going to do trivia.
Okay.
I think you're going to do well because we are doing...
we are doing Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, yeah.
Okay, Back to the Future.
And I knew a lot of the questions. Some of them I was like, ooh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. So you might know a lot, but also be surprised and happily surprised. Yeah. All right, so you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is Doc Brown's dog's name in 1955?
Einstein.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
This I forgot about this too. It's a little. I was like, I'd say right away too, but
you'll stump me on that one. I'm not thinking of it.
Okay, Copernicus. Right? I thought that was kind of interesting. I forgot all about that. That's what I'm saying. I get really think for a second.
I can picture the dog, but not the name.
Yeah, he did the cutest dog too. What was Marty McFly's brother's name?
Oh my! Wow, you guys are gonna stump me on these.
Maybe.
My brother's name. I don't know.
It was Dave McFly.
Peter Barbarian got it.
Oh, he got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't there... Oh, your brother Joey. The one... The uncle's the one where they had a cake.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. Joey at the beginning.
My Uncle Joey. I hope you like these bars, kid. Get it better.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got stumped on that. It was actually Dave McFly that wasn't in jail. But anyway. What was the name of the almanac from Back to the Future 2?
The only thing I see is like 2000 on it, but that's
correct. It doesn't say that in the answer, but this one I couldn't get at all. So
yeah, I remember it says 2000s, that sports and all this stuff on it, but yeah. The only thing that comes out to me is 2000.
It says Gray Sports Almanac. Excuse me. So Gray Sport. I was like, okay. But I remember the 2000s too, but they didn't put that in the answer. So that's what I'm saying. I've struggled with some of these questions. I'm going to do just fine. I love that movie. I'm struggling. What was the name of Marty's sister?
I can picture her. She's a little heavy set with glasses, but the name.
Same here.
I don't know. You're going to teach me a lot about Back to the Future tonight.
You can call a friend in the chat for help.
Oh,
come on, Barbarian, you got this. King Bob.
Bearded Barbarian says tough questions. Okay, so it's not just you, LUAU, who's having a problem.
Anybody want to help them?
I bet they're even thinking about this.
They probably, maybe some are looking it up. You're getting old and forgetful.
Janice comes out in my mind. I don't think it's Janice.
No, it's not Janice, but it's like an older name like that. Because remember, it's 1985.
Yep.
Yeah, 1985. So it's like not that old, but like I'm going with Susan or Allie.
I'm going with Susan.
Or Allie.
Yeah, you're gonna stump the chat on this one.
Okay, so let's just say her name was no, it's not Marlene. That's my mom's name. Good guess though. No, it's not. Oh,
Linda.
Yes, King Bob.
King
Linda
Bob.
McFly. Linda.
Wow.
Yeah, I was stumped on that too. Okay, what was the name of George McFly's favorite TV show? Is that the beginning when he's eating the or no, not at the beginning. I'm not going to give anything away. Let's just let you.
Oh.
When he was a younger guy, George McFly's not the beginning when he's eating the peanut brittle, but when he's younger, because they didn't tell you that in the question. But there's something that he watches like religiously, and Marty McFly figured like once he meets him was like, oh, you're into that.
I'd probably say Twilight Zone, but I don't think it's the Twilight Zone.
No, not the Twilight Zone.
See if anyone in the chat knows.
Yeah.
Honeymooners? No.
Well, the parents were watching the Honeymooners.
I knew this one right away, but it's just because of that one scene.
Mystery Science Theater, King Bob. I think that sounds good.
Kind of says something different here. It says science fiction theater.
Okay.
And that's when Marty was looking at the picture of himself like going away, fading away. And he's looking at the science fiction and he goes, oh, I'm going to dress up like an alien or try to and put the headphones, because back then they didn't have headphones. Do you remember that?
Darth Vader.
Yeah. He's pretending to be Darth Vader. So science fiction theater. But that was good, though.
King Bob's on top.
Yeah.
King Bob's on fire.
Okay. Okay. What was the first novel by George McFly? This one I didn't know.
I know he shows it at the end of the first movie, and he shows it to him and says, "You can do anything," and gives him the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's got the Darth Vader looking character on the cover, but that's all I got.
That's very good. At least you can visualize, right?
I can visualize. I can do sometimes, phrases and things.
Yeah, I can remember phrases and I can visualize it. Something that really stumped. Like I didn't know this one, and it was A Match Made in Space.
Match Made in Space. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Bearded Barbarian Collectibles. Haha, I'm glad I didn't get these questions.
Oh, there you go. Eric got that one.
Yeah.
What did we get for Barbarian? Do you remember what we get? What was his?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
And their names. And
right.
You didn't like
and
names.
that was hard because I was struggling with all the Star Wars names. Like, damn it. Yeah. Okay. Who was originally considered to play the role of Doc Brown?
Ooh.
I thought this was cool.
Let's see, King Bob answer this one.
No, this one was very, unless you did a biography on it, doesn't say anywhere in the movie. It's just if you're a really big fan, you would know, like, other people were first introduced to play Doc.
No. I'll just take a thing and go, oh, wow. The guy from The Godfather was Marlon Brando.
No, that was not bad, but John Lithgow.
Wow, King Bob nailed it again.
Wow.
Yeah, but Gene Hackman, they also put that in the four questions that I had to guess on. So that's weird that you said Gene Hackman. Ronald Reagan, no, Bearded Barbarian. But John Lithgow, like, do you remember him from Third Rock from the Sun? And like he did play an alien and stuff like that. I thought he would have been a great mad scientist sort of deal.
I think he would have been a perfect one in the 90s. But in the 80s, I don't know if he would have worked as Doc Brown.
Yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying. He's a great actor for that time period. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, for sure.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going back. That's a classic.
Going back. Okay. In Back to the Future Part 1, what was Twin Pines Mall later renamed? This one stopped me too. I was like, not paying attention to detail, Deanna.
Hopefully, let's see if King Bob can answer this one.
Actually,
I wonder if King Bob is Googling this really quickly, or he just
Yeah.
but Bearded got it actually this time.
Yeah.
Oh, and Eric too. Lone Pine Mall.
Lone Pine Mall. Wow.
King Bob said Walmart.
Walmart. Yeah. It's funny. Okay. Before the producers settled on the DeLorean, what was the original time machine concept?
Ooh.
Yeah, this blew my mind.
I don't know, but I would just probably go with like a Corvette.
Corvette?
No, it's not a vehicle.
Oh, not a vehicle.
Not a vehicle.
Not a vehicle.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, no.
Wow. Huh.
Hold on, Bearded. Let's see if he can pick something, an object. Would be a good time machine for object.
King Bob likes refrigerator. I'll go with a bed. I don't know.
A bed? It was actually refrigerator.
Refrigerator. Wow.
Yeah.
I love the concept.
So strange.
I love the concept of the DeLorean. The DeLorean just took the cake on that.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the fridge, I don't know.
Fridge would be strange, right?
Like, how would they get back and forth with the whole concept of the...
Glad they found the DeLoreans. Shame in the movie didn't save the cars, but you know.
The story would have taken a very different turn.
I'm guessing,
from
they would have to find the portal every time, too.
The portal to move around and... Oh, God. And if, like, when he was in the car, when Marty first went and hit the barn, when he first found out, like, at least he hit the barn. And if he was in a refrigerator, he might have been in someone's house. Like, he still got hit by Old Man Peabody, almost died. But imagine if he was in his house with the shotgun. Like, he might not have gotten away. Right?
Got him.
So I'm glad they went with the DeLorean. Okay, the film was almost called Spaceman from Pluto. True or false?
I'll go true.
Yes, it was. And I didn't like that either. Spaceman from Pluto.
At least they got it right in the end.
Yeah.
Back to the Future makes sense. Spaceman from Pluto has nothing to do with Pluto.
I don't know if we would have got a sequel or a part 3 from that.
Yeah, right? Definitely, because then it would be taken somewhere. I think maybe they had an idea of space time travel, because the refrigerator kind of makes sense.
That character, you know, the Darth Vader looking thing probably came from that. So yeah, I could see.
Yeah, okay. I see. At least you can time travel and you'd have snacks. That is very good.
Cold beverage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, and I like what Bearded Barbarian said. He says it's like the hot tub time machine concept.
Yeah.
I definitely see that too.
Different, yeah.
Okay, a little bit of math here, sort of. How many gigawatts was needed to power up the DeLorean up?
10,000 sounds in my mind, but I don't know if that's right.
No, it's a little more specific.
10 point something gigawatt, 10 point something gigawatt.
Something like that. When he was in his house talking to Marty about it, and he's like, this is how much you need to...
How much? 10 gigawatts? Ah!
Yeah, that's crazy. What? And he says it like 10 times.
Yeah, and he said, the only thing that could produce that is a bolt of lightning, and we can't predict it. And then he shows the clock tower. We can.
Yeah. Okay, so I wrote both answers down because I was like, give it to him if he says bolt of lightning, but it is 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys are you guys looking this up, or are you guys smart?
I hope you guys are honest.
Because I got to hand it to you if you didn't look it up. If you did, that's okay too, because he needs the help a little bit.
Good work.
Yeah, but if you're not, more kudos to you. But anyway, okay. What was Lorraine McFly's maiden name? When Marty first met her, she goes, "Hi, I'm Lorraine." Blake.
No, I don't have it. I don't got it.
No, it starts with a B. Does that help a little? You'll get it right away, I'm sure. No? Okay, Eric?
Mine is blank. Lorraine Bobbitt.
No, it's not Lorraine Bobbitt. But that's good, though. That was a funny joke. But Eric got it. She goes, "Hi, I'm Lorraine Baines."
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this again. I must have been a while since I watched this.
That's funny. Bearded Barbarian. I can actually remember this, but not what I had for lunch.
It sucks getting
memory
old.
Sticks. Short-term memory doesn't always stick. That's okay.
That's true. That's true.
Good job, guys. You're doing great. In the first opening scene of Back to the Future Part 1, what song is played?
Oh,
You can hear it in your head, right?
You can hear it in the head.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
If you don't know who it is, what is the song name title? That helps.
These words. Come on, chat, help me with this one. I can see the song, but I don't know. Huey Lewis, "Power of Love."
Yeah, there you go. That's the power of love. By Huey Lewis and the News. So, that's okay, no big deal. You're doing great. Where did Doc get the plutonium from?
Oh, he got that from the you don't want to say Iraqis, but the Arabs.
Close. He says, "Look out! Here comes the And King Bob, it was not "I will always love you." The barbarians. No, not Iranians, not barbarians. It's kind of another similar.
Libyans. There it is.
Libyans, yes.
Libyans.
Thank you,
In
King
the
Bob. Okay. What is the famous phrase said by Doc when he is shocked by news? When there's two words. He says it a lot with shocking news. He goes,
"Great Scott."
Yeah, there we go. Great Scott. Beautiful. So you got that one right away. You didn't have to think of that one. What type of car is the time machine?
DeLorean.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Gotta give it a couple easies in there. Or maybe when he would double think it, he'd be like, "Wait a minute, we were talking about all
this is a trick question."
Yeah. What type of car did the bully Biff drive? This one I didn't know either. So.
Black convertible back then. I want to say I'll just go with an Oldsmobile, but I don't know if that's right. A Buick, maybe Buick or Oldsmobile, the only two things that pop into my mind.
No, and I don't know how they knew what the car was, like just by looking at it, because I didn't see any titles on the car anywhere. Or if I did, I didn't.
I don't remember it. I can picture the car, but.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, that one was kind of hard. King Bob, 34 Ford. Okay, they just put Ford. You get an extra point for putting 34 Ford. I didn't know that. Okay. It happens a few times throughout all three movies, but what happened to Biff's car that allowed Marty to get away?
Oh, he got, let's see. That would be, who? Manure.
Yes. Crashes into manure truck. Very good. Okay. Why was Marty's band turned down at the audition at the beginning of the movie? They cut him off in the middle of his song, and because they said, hey guys.
I don't remember. I don't know who they were too loud or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, absolutely. They said, sorry, guys, I'm afraid you're just too darn loud. There you go there. And, okay, what was a degrading name Biff had for Marty?
Butthead.
Butthead, yeah. What are you looking at, Butthead? They stunk. No, that's not. Well, no, they were good. I thought they were pretty good. Not enough cowbell. Okay, you guys are really goofing off. Okay. What is the name of the dance George and Lorraine attended in 1955?
The Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Beautiful. Good job.
Now you're killing the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the last one. No, he got lots of them right. Very good. And thank you to the chat.
Good job,
Yes,
Chad.
thank you, Jack. King Bob Barbarian. Quick. Very good, guys.
You guys did awesome. Okay. So now that we did that, we're just going to get into some random questions.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could create a shoe, what would you call it? And what would be some unique features on it?
Wow. LED lights, auto lacing. What would I call it? The Alpha.
The Alpha. That's cool.
Awesome.
I actually like that. But did you say auto lacing? Is that a thing nowadays? Or are you taking that from Back to the Future where I actually saw
that shoe had it, then they created, then Nike did something with it, but then I haven't seen them in a couple years. So, but they played with it, they toyed with that idea.
Okay, auto lacing, that would be something interesting. Oh, Eric, they had a cameo of Sebastian from Little Mermaid. Okay, very cool idea, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. If you could be a wrestler, what would your name be, and what would be your finisher?
Ooh. I would probably stick with the LUAU, and it would probably be like the woo-woo thing that Matt Cardona does with the leg over, and we would call it the pig roast.
The pig roast.
That's awesome.
Pig roast from the LUAU. That's great. Perfect. Which of the Back to the Future movies is your favorite, and why?
Back to the Future 1, because it's just such a classic, and I think from start to finish, it's the best. 3 is a close one. 2 is the one I probably like the least.
Really? Okay. I actually go number 1 first because you can't beat a classic. It's where everything began.
Yep.
Then number 2, and then number 3. The Wild West. They really
turn me off. Yeah.
But they're all pretty cool in their own way.
Yeah.
So, okay. What, Bearded Barbarian?
Yeah.
Okay. Pleather with 3-inch heel and steel toe. Oh my God. That's insanity. What was Quick Drop? Made with recycled Funko Pops.
Oh, that's interesting.
What? Shoes?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
You need padding because that would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. But recyclable, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Getting some creative ideas here. Okay, who is your favorite character from Back to the Future?
It would have to be Marty.
Yeah, okay. So then I'm going to ask just a follow-up question then. What's the show called with Marty and...
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty, thank you. Who do you like out of the two of them there? Rick and Morty.
So I haven't watched a lot of that show. I think when my son was little, he watched a little of it. I'd probably have to say Rick would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Just thought I'd ask. If you had a time machine, what time and place would you visit, past or future? This has nothing to do with Back to the Future. This is just one of our randos usually.
I would probably go back to the 80s. Just I don't know if anything's ever really been better than the 80s. So I would just go back and play in the 80s again.
I agree.
From
80s.
the movies, the music. I mean, 90s were good too, but 80s were something about the 80s.
And what about the clothing? You like the 80s clothing?
The clothing, the sneakers, it's classic stuff. It's kind of like watching Stranger Things and you reminisce of the stuff they wear and you just remember it,
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
And I like watching, there's a YouTube channel where the guy just throws up commercials from the 80s. And I find myself.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's just like all it is commercials, but it's cool. I enjoy it.
They were a lot cheesier back then.
Just want to say hi to For Within Gaming. Welcome.
From Within Gaming. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey there. So Eric's got a question here too. What would you like to see from Funko in the future with their products?
I'd like to see him get a little bit back to more exclusivity. Maybe not as big in numbers. That would probably be the one thing I'd want to see from Funko.
Right.
And maybe let's get some Funkos that you've been waiting forever. Like you said about Mariah Carey, she came out with another Christmas album.
I know. It's getting tiring. Just drop some new stuff. Stop dropping the same old.
And the Star Wars thing too. You said there's like more Christmassy.
That Christmas Star Wars is horrible.
Yeah.
So ugly.
I love taking something and just going to the extreme. And I mean, it's like chrome, and now we're doing it with black light. And I mean, certain things I think they learned from what was it, the like The Office, and I think they did a couple where it was like the mini, and they put it together. Like they did Seinfeld. You put it together, it was like The Room with like these. Mini. I think they learned that those didn't sell well, and they got rid of those. So
okay.
Hopefully they learn too. Would be a good thing for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope so, guys.
I got a question.
Would he go back and revamp his fantasy football lineup? Was that for you? Not sure if that was.
I probably wouldn't. We'd let it play out.
Okay. Wait, King Bob said, I'd go back and get a job at the startup company called Funko. Get my hands on those limited edition pops they passed out for free.
Very true.
That's awesome.
Okay, then Umpty. Oh, we put big letters. Thank you. So I know which ones are questions. What's one candy bar would you eat if you could make one candy bar keto friendly?
Milky Way for me has always been my. Twix is a close second, but Milky Way, king size Milky Way is always my favorite. I love that. That'd be awesome.
So you're on a keto diet?
Yeah, that's just gonna say.
I've played with keto for almost 2 years.
Oh wow!
So it's my version of it, though. It's not. I don't like. I do a 24-hour fast once a week. I cheat every now and then. I will eat. I take a day, or sometimes I take a weekend off and have a pizza or have candy and ice cream.
Because you're not allowed to have, like, with pizza, you can have the toppings, I'm sure, but they don't want you eating.
Yeah, the cheese, right? The pepperoni, but no sauce, no bread. So
no sauce? Because of the sugar.
No sugar, yep.
Okay, yeah, it's
no
all,
carbs, no sugar.
Get away from the bread, get away from the sugar. Like, that's a huge no-no. I think fruit even, too. I was surprised about that.
Yep.
Because it's sugar, but it's natural. So.
Yep.
Does it work at all, or?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I've lost. Now I maintain now, so I don't really, just dieting, no exercise or anything different with that, and I lost over 50 pounds.
Oh wow, that's a decent amount.
And it's just a night. The feeling you get on it is what really. I have so much more energy. I sleep better. I can go up and I get ready for go out to work, and I have more energy, so it's a great feeling.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what are killers though for like not feeling good? Is it just the amount of?
If I do cheat, if I cheat now and I have sugar or candy or cake or something like that, it tastes good that right then and there, but then I feel bad.
Oh, okay. Because your body's
hits you
so
hard.
used to it, the ketosis or something,
Oh
right?
yeah, like if
Okay.
I love ice cream. I mean, I have in Pennsylvania, there's this Penn State Creamery, and they make this a couple flavors a year. And when I get it, I'll buy, because it's only available for like a month. I'll buy like 10, 12 like gallons of it, and I store them in the freezer. And every now and then, when I cheat, I love to have it. But I literally will go comatose after I eat ice cream. Like I can't stay awake. I'm out. I'm out like a light.
Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. I don't know too much about keto, but it's nice to know hear how it works for people.
It's not.
On that.
You almost create it for yourself. So you create what works for you.
Right.
Okay. Perfect.
Thank you guys for doing the questions at the beginning.
Oh,
awesome.
Okay. Yes. Thank you guys, because you have so much to say, which I appreciate. Okay. So Eric has a question. Where does Umpty get those amazing stickers? LOL.
That would be a good one, because Umpty does have some amazing stickers.
Oh, I
gotta
know.
say, yeah.
We just got his stickers a little while ago, and he has a
time-
glow in the dark one.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Every time I go to the fridge in the middle of the night to get water or whatever, he's just sitting there glowing. It glows for so long.
He gets some incredible stickers.
Kudos to you, Umpty. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Oh, Bearded Barbarian. One lost 100 on low carb. Gained 125 back though. Darn you, Cheetos. It's funny. Question has been things you have enjoyed with your channel the last 2 years compared to the first 2?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think for me, my sweet spot was, years 2 and 3. I loved it, and I loved the mystery boxes. And then a year ago, I think, is when mystery boxes kind of died out, when Whatnot was really taking off, and you had companies not doing them as much like they used to. So I think that's been sort of been the tough part for me, is that the great mystery boxes for me, I don't see that often. They're not there. And Black Friday last year was, which is almost like, the Funko mystery box Super Bowl of all year is Black Friday, and last year was so bad. So.
Right.
Definitely got you there.
Question. Pineapple on pizza? Yes or nay?
Yay or nay?
I'm not opposed to it, but it's very rare I've ever done it. I've done it, but it's very, very rare. It's got to be pineapple. Yeah,
pineapple's a no.
10 to 12 years since I've done it. I've done a few of them before.
God,
it's got to have ham on it, but yeah, not my thing.
It's been like 10 to 12 hours since we just had a pineapple pizza. That's funny.
It works though. Pineapple and ham, it does work on pizza.
The mix, okay. Because some people think that's gross. Oh,
hi, Mom.
Hey there, Darlene. Good to see you. Oh, Bearded Barbarian. Fresh pineapple, yes. Canned puke.
I would agree.
They give us fresh or
canned? It's canned, baby.
It's canned?
I worked there.
Okay.
It's canned. Hey, Hills Pops. Welcome.
Pops. Welcome.
Hills.
If you weren't doing Funko, what would you think you'd be doing instead?
Well, I don't just do Funko. That's the only thing I think a lot of people see. But, I do collect Black Series Star Wars here and there. I am an avid collector of Voltron. I love Voltron. I look sometimes for the old 85, 86 ones. Hot Toys are a big collection of mine. The Mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. Monsters Incorporated. So these are things people may not see, but wrestling figures, I have a pretty good wrestling figure collection.
Oh, cool.
So,
do you collect AEW figures too?
I do. I'm particular with them.
Same.
I like them.
I only collect the people that I like.
Yeah, I love, the new Supreme ones I like. I can't wait to get the Omega one.
Yeah.
But hopefully they don't ruin it. When I'm seeing a couple of them coming out like store exclusives, it's like, oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to start collecting that you haven't jumped into yet?
Not really. You know, I've delved into NFTs and I play in those in that market here and there if I like the set. No, not really. Not really. I'm pretty. I'll not collect certain things now, then probably add something. At least now, you know, when something pops up that just tickles my fancy and I have to have it, and away we go. You never know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just want to say hi to somebody new in the chat.
Anthony Blaze.
Welcome.
Okay. Eric has another question. As a father, what would you like to incorporate from your childhood into theirs? Because you had a problem with certain movies and stuff.
That is a good one. Eric, what I found out is, you know, the 15-year-old is like his mother, and apparently my childhood this is actually from my wife's therapist. She says, my childhood is I was a very what was the word that she used? Where my wife and my son are kind of like the norm with people, you know, try things and do things, yada yada yada. I lived a very abnormal childhood.
Yeah.
Same here.
I don't know. I like to get them in to see, you know, movies and things that I did that I loved as a kid, and I try to experience it at least once with them. So we've done horror stuff here. You know, like we have a Field of Screams, which is a big horror Halloween thing. I took my son to that.
That's cool.
The movies, I've tried to get him into sometimes the music, the video games, but I think it's so much advanced that, you know, he's got his own path.
You know, but once he's older, he might find that he has kids one day, and he's like trying to get them into it, and they're like, "Dad, you're so behind," or something like that, right? You never know.
I would never have thought when, you know, back in the day, the 90s, and when I would tell my mother, it's awful music, yada yada yada, and then to look at what, you know, I see him and the stuff he listens to, and it's like, that is just horrid, you know.
Yeah. No, I got it. And
never think.
The thing about the 80s and the 90s, and I'll just say this, we had the best of both worlds. Like a little bit of what our parents had, which was not much technology, versus the kids after us that have, like, everything is technology. So we kind of had a good of going outside and going to the ravine and playing with our friends, but also the best of all the video games and music and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and the kids look at those video games today and they're like, oh, Atari and what regular Nintendo, and it's like, but back then that was the thing. I mean, it was sitting in front of a little TV with your bowl of cereal.
Always cereal.
Yeah, you're watching Saturday morning cartoons, or you know, before school you wake up, you get your bowl of cereal and you watch your cartoons before school, before you have to leave, and you come home and those, you know, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock shows like G.I. Joe and Transformers, and oh my goodness, I remember the My Little Pony my sister would watch, and Rainbow Bright, Strawberry Shortcake. It's so iconic and just
absolutely right.
So chat, we're gonna take 2 more questions and then we're gonna move on to our questions. So there's 2 more questions that we have.
Okay. Which ones do
we have one from Simon. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
That's a good one, Simon. I would go with a bonsai tree because I would like to be shaped and you know, just so meticulous on that tree. So that's why I'd go bonsai.
You'd be taken good care of too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always want to take good care of those.
And then we have a question from
different shapes.
Absolutely, you have your own unique shape. What is a big tradition in the household you always look forward to? Good one, Eric.
Yeah, that is a good one. I always loved Thanksgiving. That was always my big thing. And, you know, when me and my wife got married, we sort of were able to intertwine how her family does it and my family does it too. What it is to now is totally different, but I still love it the most. You know, I went from like family sit down and you get the family together and it's more formal to what it is now. It's still that, but we now incorporate football and we incorporate a movie or two, and it starts the whole weekend off of, Friday. Then it's Black Friday's the tree, and the tree goes up now that it's fake, and I don't have to deal with a real one.
Yeah.
Best thing in the world. The kids absolutely loved it. I actually got a doctor, because the kids have allergies. I got a doctor to write a script to give to my wife, that we cannot have real Christmas trees anymore. We had to get a fake. My wife's all about real trees. She hates fake tree.
Yeah, the pine smell, and yes, it's a mess, but I mean,
it's a mess, and I've always wanted to get rid of it because it's so much work, and and I said, now we can put it up whenever we want and keep it up to whenever you want, and there's no worries. And then when we picked it, my daughter, my wife is always like, it has to be light, like white lights. It can't.
Gosh.
But my daughter was like, Dad, look, it goes white, but we can also change it to color. So we got that tree.
That's right.
Every now and then she turns it on, and it drives my wife nuts.
And if she likes the pine smell, if she likes a pine smell, get a candle, right?
Yeah, we sprayed it and put little scents inside the tree. She hates it.
There we go.
Bearded Barbarian Collectibles, you're a dirty little boy. I'd be an oak for the growth.
For the girth.
The
girth. Oh, gosh. Okay. And I can see, Eric, I can see you cutting down your trees. You guys are kind of into the whole nature.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Which is awesome. Love that. Okay, so back to these questions. Yep. Okay, 3 words you would say to your younger self today.
3 words. If I could go back to an 80s or early 90s, I would tell myself, don't be as selfish. So, giving would be 1 word.
Okay.
And then I would probably have to go with Apple and Google.
Apple and Google. Fair enough. You'll probably be like, wait, what? Eat an apple a day? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Google? What? Does that mean I need glasses or something? But fair enough. Okay, so this one you kind of already answered. If you could create a holiday, what would it be about?
I think we do it, but you take Christmas, and I've just over the years I love the giving, and I try to do that, and that's what sort of has spawned the weekly giveaway that I always did, which spawned sort of the Sunday night show. It is just giving, so I would just do a holiday like Christmas, but a giving holiday where you give. You give back, whether it's to your community, whether it's to I love Toys for Tots. And I just say a holiday just about giving.
So maybe somewhere, I think someone way back said we don't want it too close to Christmas, because someone said a giving something similar. Yeah. I think they said in June, because at least it's not too close to Christmas. I think that's 6 months.
Yep.
Somewhere around there, where it's the summertime. Yep. Toys for Tots, because you need it all year round, right?
You do, absolutely.
So I appreciate that. Oh, and what would it be called?
I would just say the Day of Giving.
The Day of Giving. Okay.
On sweet.
What planet do you think would be interesting to visit if you could?
I think we see different things on Mars. I'd say Jupiter. I don't think a lot of people have, much has been done with Jupiter. So I'd go with Jupiter.
It's a big planet.
I'm sure there's some kind of life outside of where we are. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Very much so. What is your favorite food? If you weren't on a keto diet, you could pick whatever you want.
When I cheat, I do it. I mean, yeah, we love the pizzas and certain pizzas and everything like that. But I would probably say my favorite thing is it's called Monster Mash ice cream, and it's made in Penn State's creamery, and it's just one of my favorite things for the past 3 or 4 years.
Oh wow!
What's in it? Is it chocolate
chip?
It's
they do it in Halloween. It's only available in the month of October, and it's got swirls of caramel through it with cookie crumbles, and it's like cookies and cream ice cream, and then they color it like orange for Halloween. So it's orange, swirls of caramel, and then cookies, and it is just
sounds
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah,
it is awesome.
That is really cool. I didn't know that. I've heard of like Monster something ice cream, but I didn't know that existed.
There's a lot of good things. I love pizza. I'm big into the restaurant stuff, like going to this restaurant and trying, a meal there. So I love doing that too.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Very cool. Trying new restaurants. We do that.
Yeah, we do that here and there. Yeah.
Very cool. If you were to transform into an animal, how would your friends and family know it was you?
Wow. I'd always screw with them, try to just push the button. So that's, no matter what, that's the telltale sign.
That would be
It's funny that they don't. And I push my wife's buttons and my kids' buttons. I mean, I love to see the pranks, and even if they don't laugh or anyone else laughs, I laugh, and that's all that it is for me. I mean, there's been some stuff. I mean, we're talking when my son found out what Annabelle was, and I said, that's not the real Annabelle doll. Raggedy Ann doll is the real Annabelle doll. I very well may have had a real Raggedy Ann doll underneath his covers one day that he pulled up, and there it was.
Oh my God.
I maybe chased him around with like Elf on the Shelf because you can't touch him. So it's a real pain in the butt because you got to change where they go every single night. It gets tiring. So maybe I accidentally chased him with the elf so he would touch it and it would have to go to the North Pole for the night.
Oh wow.
That's funny.
So I think he'd be a monkey. Monkeys are, they laugh no matter what, but they're mysterious a little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they know it's you. That's funny. Very cool. Food you've tried that you won't try ever again.
I don't eat a lot of nuts. I don't eat coconut. I can't do coconut.
Okay.
They're high on the list. Actually, dragon fruit is something that I tried recently that it's a no-go.
You're like, I don't like that.
It tasted like dirt. I don't know what it was, but it was awful.
I think it's the seeds in the middle that are kind of strong and
It was not
I got you. Or it's kind of like wheatgrass. I don't know if you've ever tried that, but like you drink it out of the.
Oh yeah, I've never tried it, but
it's like the way fresh cut grass smells when it's summertime. Like I love that smell, but to drink it, not so much.
Hey Tats, hey Dead Zone.
Oh my God, Bearded Barbarian. Poop quality or quantity would be definitely my signature for being an animal.
I could do that.
Everywhere. Oh, Dead Zone. Yes. Hello there. Welcome. Okay. What's one thing on your bucket list you have to try before you pass away?
Like a food to try or a place to go?
Anything you want. What's one thing on your bucket list? It's up to you.
It would be going to Wimbledon and sitting on Henman Hill watching a tennis match. That's very high on my bucket list.
Oh, okay. You really like tennis?
I love tennis. Yeah, sad week with Roger Federer retiring. He's probably one of my favorites. But I always loved tennis. I love the UK. So Wimbledon, Henman Hill. That's high on the bucket list.
I hope that happens for you.
How'd you get into that?
Yeah.
I just started following I followed tennis with my grandmother. We watched Agassi and Sampras and followed it through then. And then I just got people I loved and got into Roddick and then Federer and Nadal. And I've just followed the beauty of the tournaments. Wimbledon is probably my favorite.
Oh, that's really cool.
I just want to say sorry. I missed saying hi to Tats, I think. So
okay.
Just wanted to say hi to you. Although we're kind of wrapping up.
Yep.
So but thank you for coming in, guys.
Biggest fear.
Ooh, heights are one, but snakes are probably the big one. I don't like snakes.
Oh.
Just like my mom hates snakes.
Yeah, she's deathly afraid though.
Yeah.
And you know what he did once?
I messed with her so hard. We were in a pet store and The one guy was saying you can hold this snake, so I wrapped it around my neck and started going after my mom with it.
Like, come here, mom, I got something to show you.
She was like screaming like crazy. It was a good time.
Sounds like something he would do too if he wasn't so deathly afraid of snakes.
Yeah, that is true. I would do stuff like that. No doubt about it.
Okay, our next question is, do you have any questions for us?
I do. I have a question for each one of you separately, and then I have a group question for the two of you.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Let's thought this through.
So I know Dee loves like Disney princesses. So if you could be a Disney princess and live her life, who would it be and why?
I've answered this kind of before, but Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And why?
Mostly because she loves to learn, and she definitely, when she moved in with the Beast, she had a library, like endless books. So I think I'd be entertained till my life was complete or whatever. There would be no knowledge.
Is it the cartoon or the live action? Which one's your favorite?
Oh, I saw both. One with my mom, the live action, but no, classic. I have to go with classic. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Beast and the Beast and like some of the characters, the teapot and stuff are kind of creepy looking in the live. Like I don't know what they're trying to do there, but they
really took Lumiere and really just. I could deal with Cogsworth, but Lumiere was just really off to me.
Oh, so you saw? Okay, it's the same.
I
felt about Lion King too. Like the live version of that felt.
I have yet to see any Lion. I've never seen the OG Lion King or the new Lion King. One of my big things is I don't like animals dying. I don't know what it is. It's just I've always hated it, and I know that that's part of Lion King. So I've never watched the cartoon or the live action. I've always stayed away.
Okay, with the cartoon, from what I know, with people, I'm not going to spoil anything, just in case it ever happens that you watch it. There is a point where everybody says it's very sad when somebody dies. And it's right there too for me.
I've heard it, and it's like I don't want that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I hate that.
Sure.
All right, that's a good one. I like that. All right, Johnny, I have one for you. So I know you love anime.
Yes.
So, out of your whole, actually, it's a two-parter. So one, what is your anime grail? Doesn't have to be one you have. What is the anime pop grail for you?
That would be my signed one, the Demon Slayer one that I just got signed. That one's my grail right now.
Yeah, it was hard to get.
Yeah.
It was an hour in line.
Yeah, it was a long time in line, and it was my first autograph. And
cool experience.
Cool experience.
Cool. And if, let's see. So if you were going to live the life, or you're going to be in like, if you remember the Addams Family, I think it's part 2 where they lock him in that room and make him watch funny, happy movies all the time. If we're going to lock you in a room and play one anime over and over and over again for every day for a year, what anime is it?
One Piece, because it has so many episodes.
You reckon how much time it takes to get through. Well, then how about Attack of Titans? That's pretty long.
It's not longer than One Piece. One Piece is a 1,000+ episodes.
Okay, you went strategic.
I did.
I think I have to go with that just for that, because I get so bored so quick from having to watch everything for over and over and over again.
I like the answer. I might have to look at One Piece. So I have one together because I always ask this.
Oh,
what is your two guys, like, the story? How did you meet? What's the story?
So we met in chef school, culinary school.
8 years ago.
8 years ago, and then I saw her across the room. I had feelings for her, and then the next day I brought her a rose and embarrassed her in front of the whole class. And then we started dating, and then now we are now.
Yeah, we started living together, and then one day, popped the question, and I said yes. Even went to my mom and said.
I asked permission from your mom and everything.
So yeah,
I love love stories of how people find each other. It's just, I love it. That's a really good one. That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For our last question is anything up and coming that you want to promote, anything that you just want to share with the
upcoming events,
the show,
self-promotion?
Not really. I can't say, I always do the videos. As of now, the videos come out Monday through Friday. The live is something I always continue to do. And no, not really. I look forward to see that 4-year mark, and we'll see what happens when I reach that. And yeah, I mean, I tell people, it's sometimes when I see, I miss a lot of the people that did Funko and did videos, from Cheap and Nerdy to Sean,
Right.
to me and Sean did a lot of stuff together, to, Pop Couple, and there's so many that you just don't see anymore, and life happens, and it's sad. But I tell people I'll continue to do what I do as long as I enjoy it, and we'll see what happens from there.
Hey, and if you don't enjoy a certain aspect anymore, you just evolve with your channel.
I've always said, when the time comes, and the time will come, there's no doubt in my mind that the time will come. I'm not going to just sort of go away quiet like everyone, some people do, or you just don't see videos. It will be like a goodbye. I care about the people that, follow me and watch me and for all these years. And it would be a Sunday night, just, say goodbye type thing. That's the plan. I wouldn't go away. Everyone will know what my future will hold. And
good way to do it.
Yeah. I just want to say hi to Kenneth Bird and
Kenneth.
Mark Hauser. Welcome. We're just about to close up.
Yeah, we're done for the night.
Thank you again for being our guest. We really appreciate it.
I love the show, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's quite enjoyable. I love the guests that you bring on, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for those amazing questions you had for him.
Thank you for being so active in the chat tonight. You guys usually are, but it's always nice to get some input from you guys as well.
Right.
And King Bob, awesome trivia answers, my friend.
Funny.
Awesome.
Thank you for supporting us, guys.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys will see us next week, because we have a new guest.
We have Simon Crook as our next guest.
In-house guest.
In-house guest. So he's going to be face-to-face with us, and we're going to be chatting. So check that episode out, guys. This has been another episode of the Funko Friends podcast. Thank you all for coming. Peace.
Thank you, guys. Take care.